coming up. Thank you all so much for joining me. Let's see if I can get my foot on this little umbrella I've got over my head. I came and sat down and wasn't any wind, wasn't any, and then the sun came out. Anyway, I've had quite a little chore getting started this morning. I'm Forgiveness Willie, teaching forgiveness from the Ozarks. Glad you've come to join me here in studying A Course in Miracles, lesson 65 for Thursday, March the 6th of 2025. And let's see, let's go ahead and read our lesson through. Lesson 65, and we're reading from the Foundation for Inner Peace version of A Course in Miracles. My only function is the one God gave me. The idea for today reaffirms your commitment to salvation. It also reminds you that you have no function other than that. Both these thoughts are obviously necessary for a total commitment. Salvation cannot be the only purpose you hold while you still cherish other purposes. The full acceptance of salvation as your only function necessarily entails two phases: the recognition of salvation as your function and the relinquishment of all other goals you have invented for yourself. This is the only way in which you can take your rightful place among the saviors of the world. This is the only way in which you can say and mean, my only function is the one God gave me. This is the only way in which you can find peace of mind. Today and for a number of days to follow, set aside 10 to 15 minutes for a more sustained practice period in which you try to understand and accept that the idea for the day, what it really means. Today and for a number of days to follow, set aside 10 to 15 minutes for a more sustained practice period in which you try to understand and accept what the idea for the day really means. Today's idea offers you escape from all your perceived difficulties. It places the key to the door of peace which you have closed upon yourself in your own hands. It gives you the answer to all the searching you have done since time began. Try, if possible, to undertake the daily extended practice periods at approximately the same time each day. Try also to determine this time in advance and then to adhere to it as closely as possible. The purpose of this is to arrange your day so that you may set apart the time for God as well as for all the trivial purposes and goals which you pursue. This is part of the long-range disciplinary training your mind needs so that the Holy Spirit can use it consistently for the purpose He shares with you. For the longer practice periods, begin by reviewing the idea for the day. Then close your eyes, repeat the idea to yourself once again, and watch your mind carefully to catch whatever thoughts cross it. At first, make no attempt to concentrate only on thoughts related to the idea for the day. Rather try to uncover each thought that arises to interfere with it. Note each one as it comes to you, with as little involvement or concern as possible, dismissing each one by telling yourself, this thought reflects a goal that is preventing me from accepting my only function. So he wants us to just look at thoughts that come to our mind and tell ourselves, after you see the thought, dismiss it by saying, this thought reflects a goal that's preventing me from accepting my only function. After a while, interfering thoughts will become harder to find. Try, however, to continue a minute or so longer, attempting to catch a few of the idle thoughts that escaped your attention before, but do not strain or make undue effort in doing this. Then tell yourself, on this clean slate, let my true function be written for me. You need not use these exact words, but try to get the sense of being willing to have your illusions of purpose be replaced by truth. Finally, repeat the idea for today once more and devote the rest of the practice period to trying to focus on its importance to you. The relief its acceptance will bring you by resolving your conflicts once and for all, and the extent to which you really want salvation in spite of your own foolish ideas to the contrary. And in the shorter practice, so it's two phases. First phase, you're just going to tell yourself, my only function is the one God gave me. Look at your, and then watch your thoughts, and after you see each thought, then tell yourself, this thought reflects a goal that is preventing me from accepting my only function. And then as the thoughts begin to settle down and you don't notice as many, and then he says, take a little bit longer, but don't use any strain or make undue effort, but look at your thoughts a little bit more subtly. And then tell yourself, after, you've probably been doing this for 5 or 10 minutes by now, then tell yourself, on this clean slate, let my true function be written for me. And now it says you need not use these exact words, but try to get the sense of being willing to have your illusions of purpose be replaced by truth. Repeat the idea for today once more. My only function is the one God gave me. And devote the rest of the practice period to trying to focus on its importance to you. The relief its acceptance will bring you by resolving your conflicts once and for all, and the extent to which you really want salvation in despite of your own foolish ideas to the contrary. Okay, you got an idea of what to do in those longer 10 to 15 minute practice periods now? The first part, you're going to look at your thoughts. Then after you've got to get them all settled down, then you're going to look at the idea again. My only function is one God gave me. You're going to tell yourself, on this clean slate, let my true function be written for me. And then think about this idea. My only function is the one God gave me. Be sure that when you did in the first part of the exercises, you dismiss each thought with the idea this thought this thought reflects a goal that is preventing me from accepting my own function. And then it says in the shorter practice periods, which should be undertaken at least once an hour, use this form in applying today's idea. My only function is the one God gave me. I want no other, and I have no other. And of course, that's how we opened our song, our message today, and that was the song we sang. Every hour today, tell yourself, my only function is the one God gave me, which is what? Be the light of the world, practice forgiveness, spread the love. I want no other, and I have no other. My only function is the one God gave me. I want no other, and I have no other. Sometimes close your eyes as you practice this, and sometimes keep them open and look about you. It is what you see now that will be totally changed when you accept today's idea completely. Okay, let's go back and look at our text reading. And we're in chapter 8, section 4, the gift of freedom. If God's will for you is complete peace and joy, unless you experience only this, you must be refusing to acknowledge His will. We want to learn to acknowledge His will. My function is the one God gave me. I want no other, and I have no other. His will does not vacillate, being changeless forever. Vacillate, to go back and forth. So His will doesn't go back and forth. It stays changeless forever. When you are not at peace, it can only be because you do not believe you are in Him. Yet He is all in all. His peace is complete, and you must be included in it. His laws govern you because they govern everything. You cannot exempt yourself from His laws, although you can disobey them. Yet if you do, and only if you do, you will feel lonely and helpless because you're denying yourself everything. Paragraph 2. I am come as a light into a world that does deny itself everything. It does this simply by dissociating itself from everything. It is therefore an illusion of isolation, maintained by fear of the same loneliness that is its illusion. I said, this is Jesus talking, I said that I am with you always, even unto the end of the world. of course, he said that in Matthew chapter 28 and verse 20. At least it was recorded there in the Bible. I said, I am with you always, even unto the end of the age. That is why I am the light of the world. Okay, and there's something he said in John chapter 8 and verse 12. He said, I am the light of the world. Whoever follows me will never walk in darkness, but will have the light of life. So like I said, Jesus said that, and it was recorded in John chapter 8, verse 12. That is why I'm the light of the world, because he's with us till the end of the world. If I am with you in the loneliness of the world, the loneliness is gone. You cannot maintain the illusion of loneliness if you are not alone. My purpose then is still to overcome the world. I do not attack it, but my light must dispel it because of what it is. Light does not attack darkness, but it does shine it away. If my light goes with you everywhere, you shine it away with me. The light becomes ours, and you cannot abide in darkness any more than darkness can abide wherever you go. The remembrance of me is the remembrance of yourself and of him who sent me to you. 3. You were in darkness until God's will was done completely by any part of the sonship. When this was done, it was perfectly accomplished by all. How else could it be perfectly accomplished? My mission, Jesus says, was simply to unite the will of the sonship with the will of the Father by being aware of the Father's will myself. This is the awareness I came to give you. And your problem in accepting it is the problem of this world. Dispelling it is salvation. And in this sense, I am the salvation of the world. Okay, let's look at that again. My mission was simply to unite the will of the sonship with the will of the Father by being aware of the Father's will myself. This is the awareness I came to give you. You can be aware of the Father's will yourself. And your problem in accepting it is the problem of the world. Dispelling it is salvation, and in this sense I am the salvation of the world. The world must therefore despise and reject me, because the world is the belief that love is impossible. The world is the belief that love is impossible. If you will accept the fact that I am with you, you are denying the world and accepting God. My will is his, and your decision to hear me is the decision to hear his voice and abide in his will. As God sent me to you, so will I send you to others, and I will go to them with you, so we can teach them peace and union. 4. Do you not think the world needs peace as much as you do? Do you not want to give it to the world as much as you want to receive it? For unless you do, you will not receive it. Wow, we need to want to give the peace as much as we want to receive it in order to receive it. If you want to have it of me, you must give it. Healing does not come from anyone else. We got a lot of ducks making a bunch of quacking out here, don't we? Healing does not come from anyone else. You must accept guidance from within. You must accept guidance from within. Listen to your peace. The guidance must be what you want, or it will be meaningless to you. That is why healing is a collaborative venture. I can tell you what to do, but you must collaborate by believing that I know what you should do. Only then will your mind choose to follow me. Without this choice, you could not be healed because you would have decided against healing. And this rejection of my decision for you makes healing impossible. Paragraph 5. Healing reflects our joint will. This is obvious when you consider what healing is for. Healing is the way in which the separation is overcome. Separation is overcome by union. It cannot be overcome by separating. The decision to unite must be unequivocal, or the mind itself is divided and not whole. Unequivocal, complete. The decision to unite must be, without change, without variability, unequivocal. Of the mind, the decision to unite must be unequivocal. Of the mind, or the mind itself is divided and not whole. Of course, that's what we're learning in our lesson today. My only function is the one God gave me. I want no other and I have no other. Has two parts: a commitment to God's function, which is to be the light of the world, practice forgiveness, love your neighbor as yourself. That's the one thing that you can do. And then so that's your focus, that's your goal. And then the relinquishment of all other goals, like I'm going to protect my ego by judging someone or blaming or getting away or separating. The decision to unite must be unequivocal, or the mind itself is divided and not whole. Your mind is the means by which you determine your own condition, because mind is the mechanism of decision. I love that definition of mind. The mechanism of decision. It is the power by which you separate or join and experience pain or joy accordingly. Separate, you'll experience pain. Unite, and you're going to experience joy. That's the way God created you. That's your function. It is the power. My decision cannot overcome yours, because yours is as powerful as mine, says Jesus. If it were not so, the sons of God would be unequal. The decision to unite must be unequivocal, or the mind itself is divided and not whole. Your mind is the means by which you determine your own condition, because mind is the mechanism of decision. It is the power by which you separate or join and experience pain or joy accordingly. My decision cannot overcome yours, because yours is as powerful as mine. If it were not so, the sons of God would be unequal. All things are possible through our joint decision, but mine alone cannot help you. Your will is as free as mine, and God himself would not go against it. I cannot will what God does not will. I can offer my strength to make yours invincible, but I cannot oppose your decision without competing with it and thereby violating God's will for you. Paragraph 6. Nothing God created can oppose your decision, as nothing God created can oppose his will. God gave your will its power, which I can only acknowledge in honor of his. If you want to be like me, I will help you, knowing that we are alike. If you want to be different, I will wait until you change your mind. I can teach you, but only you can choose to listen to my teaching. How else can it be, if God's kingdom is freedom? Freedom cannot be learned by tyranny of any kind, and the perfect equality of all God's sons cannot be recognized through the dominion of one mind over another. God's sons are equal in will, all being the will of the Father. This is the one lesson I came to teach. Teach only love, for that is what you are. Remember, we learned that in chapter 6, first section. Paragraph 7. If you were not mine, it would not be... if your will were not mine, it would not be our Father's. This would mean you have imprisoned yours and have not let it be free. Of yourself you can do nothing, because of yourself you are nothing. I am nothing without the Father, and you are nothing without me, because by denying the Father, you deny yourself. I will always remember you, and in my remembrance of you lies your remembrance of yourself. In your remembrance of each other lies our remembrance of God. Wow, see your peace in your brother. And in this remembrance lies your freedom, because your freedom is in Him. Join then with me in praise of Him and you whom He created. This is our gift of gratitude to Him, which He will share with all His creations, to whom He gives equally whatever is acceptable to Him. Because it is acceptable to Him, it is the gift of freedom, which is His will for all His sons. By offering freedom, you will be free. Wow, by offering freedom, you will be free. And our last paragraph, 8. Freedom is the only gift you can offer to God's Son, being an acknowledgement of what they are and what He is. Freedom is creation, because it is love. When you seek to imprison, you do not love. Therefore, when you seek to imprison anyone, including yourself, you do not love him and you cannot identify with him. When you imprison yourself, you're losing sight of your true identification with me and with the Father. Your identification is with the Father and with the Son. It cannot be one and not the other. If you are part of one, you must be part of the other, because they are one. The Holy Trinity is holy because it is one. If you exclude yourself from this union, you are perceiving the Holy Trinity as separated. You must be included in it because it is everything. Unless you take your place in it and fulfill your function as part of it, the Holy Trinity is as bereft as you are. Unless you take your place in the Holy Trinity, the totality of God is how I like to think of that. Unless you take your place in it and fulfill your function as part of it, the Holy Trinity is as bereft as you are. No part of it can be imprisoned if its truth is to be known. Wow. Okay, let's see what's going on around the world before we close with our song. Ramadan continues for you Islamic folks. Lent continues for you Catholic and Christian folks. Allah continues for you Baha'i folks. Alamo Day, today with the end of the Alamo, when Texas got its freedom from Mexico. Day of the Dude, I don't know what that is. European Day of the Righteous. I haven't there's a lot more in holidays and observances, but I did want to mention these. They kind of had a ring to them. Day of the Dude. European Day of the Righteous, day to oppose totalitarianism and crimes against humanity. That'll be every day. Dress Day, for you women that like to wear a dress. Hospitalist Day. Thank you, hospitalists, for helping to care for the sick. No Homework Day. Workbook Day. National Report General Service Administration's Fraud Day. GSA Fraud Day. I guess I'm not going to talk much about any of that stuff. Out of Gurney's, we've got another strawberry, a Fragaria nananasa Charlotte. The Charlotte strawberry, introduced to the United States from France, Charlotte strawberry grows vigorous and combines a super sweet strawberry candy flavor with a beautiful red color. A hands-down winner in our staff trials, it produced blooms and berries from June until fall during the hot summer temperatures, while other ever-bearing strawberries production tapered off. Also, unlike other varieties, Charlotte quickly filled our strawberry beds with new plants. Zones 4 through 8, so it's prolific in making runners and sweet strawberry. Sounds like a good one for us homesteaders to grow. Okay, and our word for peace is out of the Korean folks, and it's pyeonghwa. Pyeonghwa. I hope I'm saying it right. I did listen to someone say it, and that's how they said it. How much time do we have? Well, we'll use most of our time. Hopefully you know what to do in your meditation, and be sure to take your hourly remembrances, telling yourself, my only function is the one God gave me. I want no other, and I have no other. And in your meditation, we went over it twice, but you'll first part of it, you'll tell yourself I tell you what, I'll sing it, you'll kind of remember it. I mean, you might get a start on it now, then turn off the video, and when we're done, and take another few minutes. My only function is the one God gave me. My only function is the one God gave me. I want no other and I have no other. I want no other and I have no other. My only function is the one God gave me. Then check your thoughts and tell yourself, as you uncover each thought that arises to interfere, tell yourself, this thought reflects a goal that is preventing me from accepting my only function. Look at your thoughts. Take a few minutes and look at your thoughts. We're going to fast forward. You need to take a little time and do this after we close. And he dismisses each thought by saying, this thought reflects a goal that is preventing me from accepting my only function. Then look at your thoughts some more. Tell yourself, my only function is the one God gave me. My only function is the one God gave me. And then think about the importance of that. On this clean slate, let my true function be written for me. My only function is the one God gave me. Then the latter part of your 10 or 15 minutes, think about this idea and really think about it without distraction. But then every hour of the day today, tell yourself, my only function is the one God gave me. I want no other and I have no other. I want no other and I have no other. Thanks again for joining me today. And our Korean brothers and sisters' word for peace is pyeonghwa. Pyeonghwa be with you. My only function is the one God gave me. I want no other and I have no other. Pyeonghwa.